In the following 3 chapters, we want to help you understand how genetic matching works and how it could help you feel more secure when choosing a donor. Cryos donor candidates undergo a thorough screening and examination process. This is done to exclude donors with hereditary physical and mental illnesses, hereby ensuring high-quality donor sperm and eggs for the recipient. Initially, all sperm donor candidates need to deliver a sperm sample of high quality. For the egg donor candidates, the egg reserves and hormonal levels are examined to ensure that the eggs are of a high quality. Following a comprehensive medical questionnaire and psychosocial interview with our healthcare professionals, we look at personality, first impressions, characteristics, and level of maturity when assessing the donor candidate. Additionally, we evaluate the family medical history in 3 generations. A clinical examination determines the general health of the donor candidate, ensuring a good physical state while also uncovering lifestyle factors related to an increased risk of infectious and sexually transmitted diseases. Active donors are tested regularly by blood and urine sampling. Finally, we perform additional genetic tests to reduce the risk of miscarriage. We also test for common recessive diseases to reduce the risk of future donor-conceived children being born with any of these diseases. Genetic matching is a genetic test that compares your genes to those of a selected donor to minimize the risk of passing on recessive diseases to your future child. We are all healthy carriers of different gene variants, also known as mutations. Some of these variants can cause diseases if you and your chosen donor carry a variant in the same gene. The prospect of having a child may cause you to consider the risk of your child being born with a recessive disease. We want to help you reduce that risk by offering genetic matching as part of your process of choosing the right donor. We offer 2 types of genetic matching solutions depending on your need: panel matching and single gene matching. With panel matching, we compare your genes to the genes of the donor you have chosen to uncover more than 300 of the most common and severe recessive diseases. This greatly reduces the risk of passing on a recessive disease to your future child. If you already know that you carry a specific variant in a gene, you should consider single gene matching. By thoroughly examining the same specific gene in the donor, the risk of your child developing the disease caused by that variant becomes greatly minimized. We encourage you to contact our customer care team for additional information and assistance if you want to know more about how our genetic matching service could help you. We are all carriers of an unknown number of gene variants of lesser or greater importance. Our genes are inherited from our genetic parents, which means that we all have 2 copies of every gene, one from each genetic parent. If a variant makes one of the gene copies unworking, we still have a working copy to use instead. All humans have variants that can make their genes faulty, but the working copies help us remain unaffected. Carriers are healthy. Without knowing it, we simply carry variants in our genes that can be passed on to children conceived by us and cause recessive diseases. There is a 75% chance that a child will inherit one or both working gene copies from the genetic parents, therefore remaining healthy and unaffected by disease. However, when a variant in the same gene is passed on from both genetic parents, the child does not have a working gene copy, and as a result develops the recessive disease. When 2 healthy carriers of a variant in the same gene have a child, the risk of the child developing the disease is 25%. Even though the occurrence of recessive disease is rare, our genetic matching service can help you achieve an even higher level of security when choosing a donor.